of this change, and they should do.
Mr. Chairman.
I call the Honourable Minister, Jerry Brownlee.
Mr. Chairman, I feel I need to respond to Phil Twyford's concerns. Firstly, I'll acknowledge that Labor are supporting the bill, so they'll be speaking from a very obviously genuine and concerned perspective. But one of the things I'd point to is the Appendix 1 of the consultation document that went out for consideration by all parties who pay road user charges. The example that the member gave us was of a 1960 kilogram vehicle where I think the suggestion was the road user charge was going to go from $121 odd to something in the excess of $450 by the time you add two things. Mr. Speaker, that would be, as Mr. Chairman, that would be a rate per 1,000 kilometres, meaning that in that case someone would be paying close to 50 cents per kilometre. That is patently ridiculous and not something that's going to happen. Mr. Speaker, the consultation document gives the example of a vehicle up to 4 tonnes, so twice the weight of the vehicle that Mr. Twyford was using as an example. Currently that vehicle would pay somewhere between $44 and $49 per 1,000 kilometres. The consultation document gives a range, because remember that it's up to 4 tonnes, so there'll be various weights, gross weights below that. The new range is somewhere between $45 and $87 per 100. That's a long, long way from the $460 odd that the member was speaking of. And inside that range, the expectation would be that the midpoint, I guess in that range there, is something like about $60, which represents a gross increase of about $11 per 1,000 for people in that category. And I'm just working off the bands that I put here. They're certainly not rates that are struck at this stage, but they are substantially less than the very big figures that the member gave before. I think the issue of gross laden weight of trucks is really the problem with the mileage. So if you're just charging on a mileage rate, that truck's doing putting some wear and tear on the road at all times that it's on the road, whether it's at its gross laden weight or not. If we're going to have efficiency in transport, something that the Green Party certainly requires of us as a point of policy, then having some road user charges that actually encourage inefficient use is not particularly helpful. I think also that even at the upper end, I'd like to say, so you might have vehicles up to 44 tonnes, the increases in the road user charges are not likely to be anywhere near as substantial as the member spoke of. In that case, the current range is between $250 and $409, depending on the weight that they put onto that vehicle. Under the gross system, it'll be around about $276. So that is encouraging efficiency as you get bigger units able to take larger loads. Mr. Speaker, I think the Select Committee have done a good job in considering all of these aspects, and I appreciate the efforts that the committee has made to get a good bill. No one likes passing bills that increase charges. This, I think, is a bill that may increase some charges, but by and large will improve the efficiency of that large chunk of the transport system and also make it much fairer for those who participate in it at all levels.
The question is that Clause 1 stand part. All those in favour, please say aye. To the contrary, no. The ayes have it. The question now is that Clause 2 stand part. All those in favour, please say aye. Contrary, no. The ayes have it. I will report this bill with amendment. No, I've got both these ones. Okay.
The House is resumed, Mr Chairman.
Mr Speaker, the committee has considered the National Animal Identification and Tracing Bill and reports it with amendment. Mr Speaker, the committee has also considered the Road User Charges Bill and reports it with amendment. Mr Speaker, I move that the report be adopted.
The question is that the report be adopted. Those of that opinion will say aye. To the contrary, no. The ayes have it. The bills are set down for third reading next sitting day. Call on Government Order of the Day number 3.
Electronic identity